One of the fun things we've done for the Ag PhD Field Day the last few years is have some world record farmers come to our farm and have plots that they're managing all season long. And in addition to the world record guys, some other super high yield farmers from around the United States and even some foreign countries. Well, the first year we did this, we had a farmer from Texas, one from Virginia, and one from Georgia. And they were debating about, well, should the soil temp be 55 degrees, 56 degrees, 57 degrees? Where do we want it exactly when we put our corn in the ground? So our research lead, Glenn, is telling me this, and I go, Glenn, I would love to have the soil temp 56 degrees too, but the problem is I don't want to plant my corn in June. This is a lot different environment that we're farming in, where the soil is just flat out cold really long. And it's been proven time and time again that early planting in our geography pays. So you say, all right, the guys who are raising phenomenal yields want 56 degrees soil temp. I'm going to plant when the soil temp's 46 degrees. How can I mimic what they're doing yet plant that early? In other words, how can I get that perfect stand? How can I pop the seed out of the ground more quickly? That's what we want to talk about today.
Don't get us wrong, we do want to plant when soil temperatures are warmer, but here's the problem where we're at, they just aren't. They're not going to be warmer, so we don't have that option. So one of the things that we've done, we've changed our seed bed preparation. We've done a lot more strip tillage. We don't feel like we need to do full-scale tillage necessarily to get soil warm up. With strip till, even warming up that black strip for 8 inches or maybe 10 inches wide for each row, we've ended up with about a 7-degree warmer soil temp the first day of planting the last few years.
All right, let's talk about what we can do in furrow to pop that seed out of the ground more quickly. A lot of people talk about pop-up fertilizer, right? The very definition of what I just was after. I want something to pop the seed out of the ground a little more quickly. You have to be really careful about what you're using though. Use a low salt product at a low rate, throw a little water with it to safeten it also. If you start getting too much out there, like for example, you throw 10 gallons of 1034O in furrow, that's going to cause you more harm than it's going to do you good. But we are believers in very low rates of liquid fertilizer. Then I would also look at liquid insecticide and liquid fungicide. And I realize your seed already has insecticide on it and it's already got fungicide on it. We're talking about additional help. The insecticide's going to get a lot of secondary pests, help you with rootworm, that type of thing. But I want you to think about it when you're planting into cold soils. Even if the corn seed has to sit there 3 extra days, that's 3 more days that bugs like wireworms can feed on that seed. In terms of disease, we've seen pretty good results using fungicides when you use them early in the season when it's really cold. When the weather warms up, we haven't seen as good a gain on fungicide. But if that soil temp is cold, use a fungicide, that will help you.
When it comes to fungicides, we've had the best luck with ethoboxam. That's a new one that not very many seed companies have yet on all their seed, but it's really growing quickly in adoption in the seed industry. So as you're choosing your seed corn hybrids, take a look and see if you've got ethoboxam on your seed corn, because we have seen a difference, especially with Pythium, but with other diseases as well.
The last thing I would throw out is biologicals. We've absolutely seen a difference when farmers have been treating with biological products, or as I like to phrase them, natural products, products that already exist in the environment. Things like Nutricycle, Heat Shield, Quick-Rits. There are a lot of different ones out there. Try some things on your farm. But we have seen when we get the right seed treatment package, when we get the right in-furrow products that we're using, we can reduce the amount of growing degree units it takes to get that seed out of the ground. That is ultra critical when you're planting into really cold soils.
Well, if you're in the northern part of the United States or if you're in Canada, you're certainly going to face some cold soils at planting time. So take the extra steps needed, because you only want to plant once if you want to maximize profitability. One other thing that can really eat into your profits is our weed of the week. Can you identify this week's weed?